Chapter 23. The ninth game of heavenly chess of the 16 great treasures of the ancient calendar. All living beings are chess pieces, and heaven and earth are chessboards. What a great spirit. I hate that I was 800 years late, and didn't get to witness that scene that the Hall Master was talking about, Guhai said in shock. Oh, hate being late for 800 years. Guhai, I observed your previous layout of the Chen Song battle. I think you must also be an expert in the game forest. I also learned chess not long ago. How about playing a game with me? Long Wanqing laughed. A game against a game, Guhai frowned. What? Afraid you won't dare to win me? Don't worry, I don't need anyone to let me. If you win me, I'll reward you generously, Long Wanqing immediately said confidently. Guhai, however, shook his head and laughed. It's better to forget about it. I haven't played chess with anyone for 30 years. The crowd froze slightly, revealing disbelief. 30 years without playing chess. How could that be possible? Even Long Wanqing frowned as she looked at Guhai. Hall Master, I'm not lying. Indeed, I haven't played against anyone for 30 years, Guhai emphasized once again. Looking at Guhai, Long Wanqing frowned and nodded. After all, there was no need to lie. On the side, Master Liu Nian gave Guhai a meaningful look. Song Qingshu, however, his eyes steeply lit up, and an imperceptible cold smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Hall Master, you just mentioned this old man chess watcher, playing against the heavens, so he must be a supreme powerhouse as well, right? Guhai curiously said. That's for sure. One of the strongest few people in the world, unfortunately, eventually perished. In the past, the game Heaven Pavilion it founded was the upper sect. All the major forces in the world. No one dares to violate its heavenly authority. Within the game Heaven Pavilion, it is even stronger like a forest, countless spiritual treasures, and there is even a longevity plant 100 lifespan peach tree. Of course, the most powerful is still the old man's treasure of the chess viewer, the heavenly game chess, Long Wanqing exclaimed. Oh, the heavenly game chess. Guhai was slightly stunned. I heard my grandpa say that the Yishan chess, shaped as an ordinary Go piece, is very inconspicuous. But this chess piece is one of the 16 great magic treasures under the sky in the ancient times, ranked 9th, Long Wanqing explained. 16 great magic treasures of the ancient calendar, Guhai said blankly. It's the 16 strongest magic treasures since the beginning of historical records. Some of them disappeared in the river of history, and some of them are still in the hands of a certain person in the world. A total of 16 pieces. It is not easy to say exactly who is strong and who is weak. But the world slowly discharges the seat according to its former splendor. And this game heavenly chess, ranked in the 9th place, Long Wanqing explained. Yishan chess, after the chess viewing elder perished. Where is that heavenly chess? Guhai asked. It's gone. Some people say that the old man of chess observation attracted the wrath of the heavens, and the game heavenly chess was ultimately destroyed by the wrath of the heavens. And some people say that the game heavenly chess wasn't destroyed, but landed somewhere under the heavens, and perhaps after countless years, it will again be obtained by some lucky person, and then a legend will be forged. Long Wanqing shook her head and said. Guhai nodded, but his heart turned over in big waves. To know, Guhai also had a black chess piece in the space between his eyebrows. The black chess piece was floating high in the sky, overlooking the 100,000 pieces of remnants below like a monarch. It was that black chess piece that brought Guhai from Earth to this place. It was that black piece that brought Guhai from Earth to this place. Being able to bring himself across, Guhai was sure of the black piece's extraordinary nature from the very beginning. But now he heard that black chess piece of his own. Was it the game of heaven? Guhai didn't show any abnormality and didn't inquire much, but listened to Long Wanqing continue. That fight for the heavens big game ended with the defeat of the old man of the chess viewer. The 8 million disciples of the game Heaven Pavilion One day of heavenly wrath near total annihilation. The game Heaven Pavilion is to be wiped out from this world, but the old man of the chess viewer, before he died, was hard at the end of the game of chess, looking for a living eye. Long Wanqing said in a deep voice, "A living eye. Not bad, is also exactly where we are going, Chonyuan Island, the former Game of Heaven Pavilion headquarters. Game of Heaven Pavilion, everything destroyed. View chess old man dying, but with this 1,000 island remnants of the game. Opened up a small space, called the innate remnants of the game world, opened once every 200 years. Yitiange's many treasures are moved into it, including that 100-life peach tree. It was prepared to save the disciples of the Yitian Pavilion, but unfortunately, in the end, it was too late. Only a very small number of Yichun Pavilion people entered it, and all the others died from heavenly wrath," Long Wanqing explained. Innate Remnant Realm, a small space. It opens once every 200 years, Gu Hai frowned. The Precursor Stump Realm, a small space. It opens once every 200 years. Gu Hai frowned. The 1,000 Island Remnant game was left by the Old Man Chess viewer, and the Heavenly Duel. And the internal laws contain the Old Man Chess viewer's chess power and the might of the heavens. The laws are strong to the extreme, and one of the most brutal laws is that those who enter the interior can only be of the innate realm, or suppress one's cultivation to the innate realm to do so. Otherwise, as long as one leaks more than the innate realm's breath, he or she will definitely be subjected to the heavenly punishment of the laws of small space to annihilate them. No one will be spared, Long Wanqing said in a deep voice. Innate realm, Gu Hai's eyes brightened slightly. It opens once every 200 years, and one after another, countless powerful people crossed into it. And the treasures of the game Heaven Pavilion in the past were gradually snatched out by powerful people from all sides. But the most valuable few of them have been still inside, including that 100 lifespan peach tree, Long Wanqing explained. Then isn't it true that every time it opens, there are countless strong people going there? Gao Xianzi said with a flickering expression. No, not necessarily, because once you enter it, your cultivation can only be at the innate realm. Even if you're a supreme powerhouse, once you enter it, it's as if you're bound all over the place. Many powerhouses are simply unwilling to take the risk, just like the King's sect leader and the Songjia sect leader. They have Yuanian realm cultivation. Why would they suppress it to the innate realm, and then fight with a bunch of innate realm griffins to a standstill? It would be nice to win, but wouldn't it be wrong to die? Long Wanqing laughed. Gao Xianzi raised an eyebrow and nodded. Moreover, the innate remnant realm likewise has aborigines, that is, the people of the former game Heaven Pavilion. The outsiders have robbed them of countless treasures. They are even more hateful to the outsiders. And they are also besieging and killing the outsiders, especially at the end of each opening. The door of the small space closes. And in the next these 200 years, no one knows what has happened in the interior. As long as they didn't have the time to come out, all of them are dead out, Long Wanqing explained. Gu Hai raised his eyebrows slightly. Then the Hall Master wants to go in. Yes, Long Wanqing took a deep breath and said. For that 100 longevity peach tree, Gu Hai said curiously. Long Wanqing shook her head and said, I'm going to find someone, an aborigine inside. Oh, I wonder if I can know about it. Gu Hai was curious. 20 years ago, my mother died. I've been searching for 20 years and have not been able to find the murderer. That person has some special abilities. I want to ask him to help me find my mother's murderer, Long Wanqing said with a scowl on her face. On the side, Master Liu Nian frowned slightly. A trace of sadness flashed in his eyes. The aborigine inside. He knew Hallmaster's mother. Gu Hai's expression twitched. From what I heard, my mother also had some friendship with him 800 years ago, right? At that time, the game Heaven Pavilion hadn't been broken. It's just that this time he entered it. It's 800 years. This time, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't have come to look for him. I hope he can help me find my mother's murderer, Long Wanqing said with a gloomy face. What's his name? Gu Hai asked. Unshengren, Long Wanqing spoke. Unliving person. Gu Hai was surprised. What a weird name. Long Wanqing nodded and looked into the distance. A determination flashed in her eyes. 3 days later, in the white cloud flying boat, within a large hall, Gu Hai sat cross-legged with the bamboo slips of the true dragon innate technique in front of him. He refined it according to the gong method. Ong! A dragon roared in the dungeon. While running the true dragon innate technique, a large area of true qi transformed into a dragon-shaped true qi, rotating around the drop of true essence, squeezing the other true qi, slowly integrating those true qi into the true essence, allowing the true essence to amplify, but was accelerating the condensation of the true essence in general. Dragon form. Gu Hai's hands spread violently. Roar. True qi attached to the surface of his body, immediately condensing a layer of lavender dragon-shaped aerosol. Attached to both hands, true qi also took on the shape of a dragon's claw. Hostile. True dragon innate skill. Not only does it allow me to increase my absorption of heaven and earth aura by several times, but the power of my strikes also carries a sinister dragon's aura. Good technique. Gu Hai looked at the true qi in his hand with admiration. Huyu. Slowly closing his gong, the true qi converged into the dantian. The dragon-shaped true qi surrounded the true essence, helping the true essence to work hard to transform the surrounding true qi. Gu Hai slowly stood up and walked to the door. Kwong. The gate opened. At the doorway, Gao Xianzi stood respectfully. Many thanks, helmsman. Gao Xianzi suddenly bowed down to Gu Hai. A breakthrough. Gu Hai looked at Gao Xianzi and smiled. Yes, thanks to the helmsman for asking Senior Chen Chonchen to instill me. I have also broken through to the innate realm. The amount of aura consumed is not much. It's a pity that the helmsman's top quality spirit stone. Gao Xianzi laughed bitterly. It's just a stone, just earn it back later. With this spirit stone, Chen Chonchen will only help you with all his might. Gu Hai laughed. Many thanks, Helm Master, Gao Xianzi said gratefully. No need to thank you. We are about to enter the innate stump realm. If you can break through to the innate realm, you will be of greater help to me then as well. This is the true dragon innate technique. Memorize it well, and then cultivate it as soon as possible. Gu Hai took out that bamboo slip and handed it out. True dragon innate merit. I heard from Senior Chen Chonchen that this is a first-class Hall Master gong. The Hall Master cultivates the gong, and the Hall Master passes it on to the Helm Master. A gong method that only the helmsman is qualified to refine. Oh. Gao Xianzi's face changed and said, no harm done. An innate realm gong method is just a gong method. Build the foundation firmly. In the future, I don't want you to hold me back. Gu Hai laughed. Yes, thank you Helm Master. My subordinate will definitely go all out, and will not let Helm Master down. Gao Xianzi looked solemn and said solemnly. Handing the bamboo slip to Gao Xianzi, Gu Hai patted Gao Xianzi's shoulder, and smiled as he stepped towards the bow of the flying boat, where Long Wanqing and Master Liu Nian stood. Gao Xianzi grasped the bamboo slip, and looked at Gu Hai's back. His eyes were uncertain for a while. Gao Xianzi is also a smart person. Gu Hai is also a top-quality spirit stone, and the best technique to himself, clearly, is to buy himself. If it is someone else, or even Long Wanqing to buy himself, to Gao Xianzi's arrogance, at most, to avoid harm, temporarily worship. Just a stopgap measure, and will not have a psychological burden. However, it is this ancient sea. Gao Xianzi's heart was in turmoil for a while. After a moment of silence, Gao Xianzi let out a long sigh of relief, carefully put away his gongfu, and made a respectful bow to Gu Hai's back.